Hey guys! Okay, so I'm gonna be starting a series called What Your Mother Didn't Tell You, and it's gonna be for girls, because I'm a girl, and it's gonna be some, like, awkward questions answered and things that you might be, like, embarrassed to talk to your mom about, or you might be getting misinformation from your friends about and stuff, and I know, like, I've Googled some of these things, or I've looked for videos on stuff, like, because when I was younger, I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I had my mom, so she talked me through everything, like, from tampons and thongs, and, you know, we're gonna cover all sorts of topics here, and some of them might be embarrassing, but I think overall, it's all stuff that all women are gonna deal with, and all guys know that girls deal with it, so it's not really that embarrassing. I mean, we're all humans. So, today's topic is going to... Oh, and I'm going to try and do this in one take, so fingers crossed. So, but back to the video. Today's topic is going to be your period. We're just jumping right into it. Okay, I started my period early. And that's just because my mom started hers early, and it's just genetics. So I had mine, I think, when I was 11, so I think it was the beginning or end of 5th grade, one of the two. So I was very young. I remember we watched the, like, Birds and the Bees video at school, and I had already had my period then, so I was, like, giggling and being like, oh my god, I already had that. And, I mean, not sex. I hadn't had sex at 5th grade, but I had had my period. And for the longest time, I used pads because I was terrified of tampons. I was so afraid that I was going to put a tampon in, and that I was going to get, like, sucked into my body, and I would lose it, and then I'd have to go to the hospital, and then they'd be like, why are you here? And I'd be like, well, because my tampon's all the way in my esophagus, or something. Like, I had some kind of crazy vision of it just being sucked up into my body, and not being able to find it. It doesn't do that. So this is your vagina, and there's a lid, okay? It's not gonna go anywhere. So if you put it in, it's not gonna get sucked up. There's no way for it to, like, for you to lose the string. They make the string long enough so you can pull it out. So don't worry about that at all. You're not gonna lose your tampon in your uterus. It's not gonna happen. Okay, so first let's start with a pad. This is, I think, Always nighttime pads, and I think these are great because you're not supposed to sleep with tampons in. I mean, you can take a nap by accident, or if it's all you have, then that's fine, but you should be changing your tampons. I think it's like every couple hours. I think the max they say is like 8 hours or something with it, but I change my tampon every time I go to the bathroom because I just think it's sanitary, and trying to pull a string to the side is just, I don't know, it's just awkward, and ugh. So I change my tampon every time I go to the bathroom, and so that's more than every 8 hours because I drink water and go to the bathroom and whatnot. So pads are great, though, for when you're sleeping, because then it's a little bit more sanitary. You don't have to worry about leaking and getting it into your underwear or your panties. So the pads I like are the ones with wings. And I like this one because it's really long, so you don't, like, if you have a heavy flow, which means if your period is coming out very heavily and there's a lot of blood coming out, then the long ones help, so you can make sure that it looks like a diaper. I know, let's just get over it. It's like a diaper, but it's what happens. So this is good, though, because then when you're sleeping, you're like this, and that way you don't get blood, like, up near your butt area, like, it doesn't dribble everywhere. They're good, just as a security. I always get the kind of wings. Wings are best because you wrap it around your underwear on the bottom, and it makes sure that you're not going to get any drippage over in the gusset area of your panties. So pads, I like big ones for sleeping in. They're thin. They're not, like, thick, like the big giant ones they'll give you at school. Oh my gosh, I think I got one of those once, and I was so terrified. That thing was literally a diaper. It was about this thick and this long. You can't even see it. It was like this long. It was so crazy. I was like, what is this? And I was really young when I got that. It was scary. But, okay, so for sleeping in, wings, long, doesn't have to be thick or anything, but it's just helpful and sanitary. Then we move to little panty liners. These are small. You can get them in the little packages where they come like this, like pre-wrapped. Panty liners are great if your flow is ending or if you have a really, really light flow. If you do, I'm jealous. And they're great because it just catches the couple of droplets that just dribble out just by accident. Or if your flow's ending, it's just nice for security or... Okay, I'm going to speak plainly here. Everybody has a bit of discharge towards the end of their period. It's like clear period. It's really creepy and it's really gross looking. And I've asked my gynecologist about it and I'm like, what is this? Is something wrong with me? And she's like, no, it's just discharge. It's natural, all this stuff. So panty liners are great to just catch that just in case. It's not like you're peeing in your pants. It's not like gross and everywhere, but it's just a little bit of discharge. And it's just nice to like catch it and not let it get in your panties and stuff. So that's always great. So I always keep a ginormous box of panty liners because they come in like really big boxes of like 150 or 200 and they're cheap and they're good to have. Okay, so moving to tampons. I have 3 different kinds here. I like Tampax Pearl. That's the brand I use. I like the plastic applicators because I think they're easier to slide in and out. I've tried cardboard and they just get stuck and it's really painful and it's already all sorts of awkward down there and there's a lot of stuff going there. You don't want to be down there for very long, and if you've got a cardboard one, you're getting stuck places and it's just like ow, and you're probably cramping, so you're in enough pain. So plastic, I think, is the way to go. This is a light, so this one is going to be small, and you just go like that, and you push it and whatnot. Then I have a regular and a super. I started using tampons when I had to because I was swimming a lot, so I needed to use a tampon. They really aren't as scary as I imagined them to be. They're easy, they're convenient, and they don't hurt, and if you're putting them in right, you will not feel it. And I put it in wrong for a long time when I first started using them, and again, I was like in 6th grade or something, so when I was terrified. But there are little pictures in the box of tampons, and I actually referred to that a lot when I first started using them, and it really is like, so this is vagina is here. It's so awkward. So you put it up and like up into the back, like that. Yeah, like that. I had to like do it to try to remember. So do that, and then you just push. So you hold your 2 little fingers there, and you keep your finger here, and you push it, and then it'll get stuck up in there, and then you just pull the tube, and there you go. And then you just throw this piece away in the trash can. You never throw tampons away in a toilet, ever. Don't do that. That's just rude, because it's going to clog up the toilet, and that's just, ugh. There's probably stuff in that toilet you don't want people seeing after you've clogged it. So, trash can. There's a lot going on down there, and you want to keep it clean as possible. And this is just in general. This next 2 products are just like, you don't even, not just on your period, just everyday life. I have the Always Clean Feminine Wipes, which are, flushable. So these are great just after you use the bathroom, especially on your period. You just clean up the little area and everything's good. It just makes everything smell better and makes everything fresh. It takes away bacteria and stuff like that. So it's just good to have. They do come in little pre-packs, like the little individual wipes, and those are great for on the go, especially if you have a really heavy flow that month. They're great to just help clean everything up before you put in your new tampon. Okay, and then next is the Summer's Eve cleaning wash. I have the one for sensitive skin because I just think it's nicer. It smells really nice. You just use it when you take your shower, your bath. You wash your body with your regular soap and, body wash and stuff, and then you just put a little dollop of this, and you just, wash your private area. And this restores pH balance and it's supposed to do all kinds of good stuff. A lot of pH stuff, it says on the back. And I know a lot of people who use that product, and it's great, and it's just a cleaning wash, and it just, I noticed a difference, so I know that it makes me feel better. And then the last thing I want to mention is toilet paper. Sometimes you can be like sensitive down there, and I found that using like really soft quilted toilet paper as opposed to just like the regular normal toilet paper that can be a bit rough, it can help if you're sensitive down there, or if you're having like a crazy period and you need it really absorbent and stuff. But normally I'll use really, really soft toilet paper if I'm just feeling really sensitive, and I'm so sensitive. You know what I mean. So I feel like that helps a bit, and it just makes it a more pleasant bathroom experience. Alrighty guys, well thank you for sticking around for this jubilee of periodness. I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If I said anything wrong, please feel free to put in the comments. Don't be rude about it, that's just mean. But I'm not like an expert on periods, I'm not a gynecologist, but I just, you know, I've had my period for, what, 9 years? 10 years? Oh my god, it's gonna be 10 years soon. Woo! So this is just tips and tricks I've learned, and I hope that you all have wonderful periods. That's awkward. Bye!